Hey boo, welcome back to my channel. I have to tell you about the books that I read in April. I definitely was in my reading bag in April. We read a lot of books from authors that are going to be at the Black Romance Book Festival. I took care of an ARC that I received. We read some books from the Bree event. Of course, we read some books by BriAnn and Danae because we're getting through her entire catalog. I did have to DNF a book, unfortunately. We'll talk about that a little later. It was a great reading month. Let's talk about it. Hold on. We're gonna talk about it. That I want to talk about is Somebody Else Will. First of all, that title got me from the jump, and I love me some Monica Walters. She typically, I know her for writing like country cowboy type books, but when Amazon alerted me that she had this book coming out in April, like the beginning of April, I said, okay, put it on the list, we're doing it. So I got that book read and I enjoyed it. It was a quick read. It sounds like it may be a continuation from another book, but to me, I didn't need to read the main book in order to fill this spin-off book. And the main character's name is Iesha. That's my name. We got the same name. How cool is that? But I said definitely we have to get that one read. So we have Iesha. She is the owner of Happily Ever After Florist. She gets a celebrity client, Ezekiel Wheeler, I believe. Ezekiel, he's planning a birthday party for his mom. He hires her, so they decide to give it a go. Iesha, she's going through a divorce. Either she's going through a divorce, or she got a divorce, or she just was divorced, something like that. And our boy, he is trying to strike it big in the acting industry. Those are the characters and what they're doing, and it was just beautiful. I was happy to get that one done. So you can pick up this book on Kindle Unlimited. The book is 179 pages. We have Second Chance, Small Town, and A Blue Collar Worker, because a lot of our books, we be having billionaires and stuff like that, but this one is giving just a regular blue collar worker. The next book that we read in April was an ARC. So I received an ARC from NetGalley for the A Wedding in the Lowcountry. You don't know, the Lowcountry, that is our Charleston, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina type area. And this book is actually the main character. She comes from up north and she's coming down south to come to a family's wedding. At said wedding, she runs into old boy that she went to high school with, and I guess they was dating back when they were in high school. He's like, yo, what's up? And she's like, Somehow, some way, he convinces her to stay in the area, and so they can get to know each other. She is a single mom, so we have the baby. It was a daughter, maybe 10, 11, something like that. So we have that dynamic as well. So you're getting a lot of the Geechee culture. It's everything is surrounding this wedding. A second chance romance, girlies. Okay, so if you love a second chance romance, then you def this one up. I'm actually mad at myself that I didn't get to this book earlier than I did, because I really enjoyed it. Okay, so now let's talk about the books that I am reading from our Black Romance Book Festival. If you guys don't know, I am a moderator at the Black Romance Book Festival. The authors have been sending me their books and I've been reading their books. So let me tell you what I got to last month. First up, we have Maybe I Need You and Undeniably Love by Briyanna Michelle. I hope I'm saying that right. So this is a Friends to Lovers. This is the first book in a series, and so I wanted to get this first book done to see, how I was feeling the series. I enjoyed the book, and so I'm excited to meet this author and talk to her about the characters in this book, because I felt like they were written well. She actually has a YouTube channel too, so if I can find it, I'll link it down for you guys below. Next, we have The Air Between Us by Shameka. I received this book as a, Lord help me get through this. I received this book as a gift through Book Funnel. So Shameka gave me this book through Book Funnel, and the girl, why I let the book expire, because with Book Funnel you only get the book for 2 weeks from the time that the author gives you the book. I let the book expire, child. But I did reach back out to the author and say, hey girl, hey. So what happened was I let the book expire. She was like, say less sis, and she sent it right back. Okay, so we love that. We love an author that's accommodating, because when I tell you, sometimes things just don't align the way we want it to align, right? I did check out The Air Between Us. Now, don't look at this cover, okay? Because the cover is not given, in my opinion. But we have a poly romance, boys and girls, and it's a MMF. So MMF means that the man and the woman, as well as both men, the female, and they can together. Okay, you get what I'm saying? I hope I don't get in trouble with the YouTube police, but I'm trying to explain to y'all what's really going on, right? So yes, we have a couple, and they introduce a third. You know, she's like, I don't know if I want this, and they're thinking, no, you're perfect. And she's like, I don't know. You know, one of the guys, as I was reading, I said, this is Omar from The Wire. I don't know why I kept thinking about this young man from The Wire, saying that he was one of the characters. You have to read the book to figure out which one, because I'm not going to be able to call it. But yeah, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's very freaky. Freaky deaky deaky deaky. Okay, so I think I did fast forward through some of the parts. Love is love, and I love how authors, they explore these different type of relationships. There are more ways that people can explore love, and so that's what they're doing over here, girl. It's giving forced proximity, because they like, yo, give me 2 weeks. If you can give me till Valentine's Day, if you don't want us by then you can go about your business. And she said, okay, that's what they did. And you guys have to read it to figure out what she decided in the end, but it was beautiful. The next book I want to talk about is Stay a While by Iesha Bree. This is my first book by Iesha Bree. I do believe it won't be my last. Actually, it's not my last. I ended up reading another one. Oh, because today is May the 3rd. So I did end up reading another Iesha Bree book a couple of days ago, because yeah, she's not playing with you guys, okay? When you see her book, know that yeah, it's gonna be one of those. But this book was about an assassin. She also sent me her book, and she was like, yeah girl, she said one of them is about an assassin, and then the other one, I forgot what she said, but I said, oh, I want to read Assassin. We have a tropical setting. I think we're in Tulum, and our main female character, she goes to Tulum. She's trying to get away from her situationship or whatever she got going on, right? But the assassin dude, he has like this dark past, and he's a part of some type of, oh, do I tell this part? He's a part of a like this group that they train to be this group of boys, men and women, I think, that they train to be these soldiers. He kind of breaks away from the group, and now the people looking for him, but like he's a, you know, natural born killer. He's like hiding in plain sight. He sees old girl, and he's like, yo, I'm trying to get with her, right? And he's like, no, I can't do it, because you know I got this life and I can't love nobody because this is that. He decides to go ahead and pursue her. Something happens, and I guess they kind of break up or something like that, and she tries to leave. And then that's when the top pops off of the situation. So now it's giving action, it's giving thriller, it's giving drama with some romance and some spice. This book's very spicy now. Don't let the thriller and the suspense stuff fool you, because very spicy over here. I appreciated that, but I appreciated like the action part, because I'm not a big action girly. I appreciated the balance between the action and the romance. I thought she did a great job with that. So you can get this book in paperback, but it's also available on Kindle Unlimited if you want to. If you're subscribed to that subscription, you can read it for free over there. The next book that I picked up was Maybe I Deserve by Kaye Lovett. I don't remember a lot about this book. It didn't stand out from the books that I read this month, but I gave it 3 stars, so I guess it was okay. I did finish it, but it didn't stand out to me. Some of the tropes mentioned in this book is breakup to makeup. There's a lot of back and forth here. I really wanted the book to, I don't know, because when I think about Maybe I Deserve, I think about the Tank song. And so I'm thinking that he done did something crazy. He deserved it, but it's almost like our main character, he did not deserve. He did not deserve. So maybe that should have been the title of the book. I did not deserve. Chosen by a Vampire. Winter Time. Winter Time. Girl, this is my first vampire book. It will not be my last. I don't know what to say. So I am doing a panel on paranormal activity and romance, and I was gifted this book by Winter Time. I didn't know what to expect. When it comes to paranormal, vampires, and things like that, I'm not a fan. I will say this book, it kept my attention. So we have Dare. His name is something else, but they call him Dare. And he's the vampire child. You know, vampires, they live for tens and thousands of years and stuff. They don't die. He is trying to make Tempo Bonnefoo, I think it's Bonnefoo, make her remember that he her man. Because they was together like a couple centuries ago, and he came back for his girl. And so he having to fight the people. And it was a couple of pages in there where I probably need to go back and read that part, like the fighting scene and stuff, because I was lost. I was lost how they beat up the bad guy and stuff. But I was here for the romance. I was here for the get together. I was here for the, oh, you my man, okay? I'm your girl type stuff. This was a short read, so you could definitely get through it. 170 pages, forced proximity, because Dare was not letting up off of tempo, okay? He didn't care what y'all was talking about. He was coming to get his girl, and it wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He might be book boyfriend, because that's the type I like. That's the type I like. Okay, Dare, let me think about that. I have to add you to the list. You can get this book on Kindle Unlimited if you're subscribed. I enjoyed this paranormal romance. One and Done by Frederick Smith. So we have a queer romance, okay, boys and girls. The setting is San Francisco. So we have two doctors, not one, but make it a double. Hey. I love how Frederick, he had them meet, but they didn't realize that they had been emailing each other, so it's giving a work romance because they needed a bar, a drag bar. Is that how you say it? Drag bar? A bar that has drag stuff going on? I don't know. But they meet there, but then when they get back to their respective workplaces, they find out when they meet in person that this is the same man that I've been emailing about. And it goes from there. One and Done. I say that me and Frederick, we must be around the same age because all these references I am getting. I am loving the Beyonce references. I am loving the pop culture. He even mentions Getting Grown, which is one of my favorite podcasts. I really enjoyed my time all throughout this book. The song references, everything. It just check. Make sure you get into One and Done. It's 216 pages. You can find this on your Kindle, not Kindle Unlimited. Did you hear that? Did you pick that up? Kindle, because he want what? All his money. Or you can pick up the paperback book. All of the authors, those are all the authors that I read for the Black Romance Book Festival, and all of them, they bring just something different to the table, and I'm just excited to all these different caliber authors under one roof and just vibe, right? Next, we're going to get into our Bree picks. So what's Bree? Black Reader Appreciation Event. And that takes place in November. I hope it still takes place in November. Girl, it took place in November last year. And I keep saying that it's going to take place in November this year. I need to reach out to the girl that I think is in charge of it to make sure that it is going to be one this year. Because y'all, they gave away a bunch of books. I was just talking to my mama the other day. And I was like, girl, have you been reading your books? And you know, she said no. I said, girl, you need to read your books. But she is telling other people about the Bree event. So we're going to make sure we say it loud, say it proud, because giving away your book for free, that's like your baby. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do my due diligence and make sure I read as many books as I can. I actually got a bunch of more free books. We're going to talk about that later, not right now. from another bookish event. I'll put it down in the description box, the books. Let me make a note. Got it. So from the Bree event, I picked up April's Fool by Annette Taquan. Unfortunately, I did have to DNF this book softly because I couldn't connect. I wasn't sure if it was a thriller or what was going on, short stories, but I was lost. So I decided to, you know, just kind of hold off on that. So that was the only book that I read that I picked up from the Bree event. The other book that I had picked up was an Iesha Bree book, and I actually read that in May, so we'll talk about that at the end of this month. How about that? Now let's talk about my BriAnn Danae pick for this month. I decided to go with Stay a While. The Heart Wants What It Wants. Yeah, a novella. And I was like, well, this is similar to one of the other books that I picked by Iesha Bree. Totally different books. I love this book. So we have a girls trip. We have a girls trip in Miami. A good girl, she misses her flight. I always wonder, like, how people miss their flights. Like, my husband, he'd be real serious about that. Everybody that I fly with, they real serious about getting on these flights. How are we missing our flights, boys and girls? But our baby girl, she missed her flight. She ends up running into an owner of a bar. He's like, yo, you missed your flight. You might as well just chill. Let me show you Miami. Let me take you around. He's like, okay, take me around, blah, blah, blah. But then it turns into more. Hey, he's like, yo, I'm going to put my heart out here. You put your heart out here. It was a situationship. And then they decide to take a leap and make it something more. Stay a while. Stay in Miami. Stay wherever she's at. Because I think she's like in the Bay Area or somewhere in California, I believe. Yes, BriAnn Danae, she does what she does, and she writes phenomenal books, and I'm always excited to pick them up just to see, you know, what direction she's going to take certain books. Okay, so this is a carryover book from February. The Harlem Rhapsody has been all up and down my timeline. I said, girl, okay, I will read this book. It is a historical fiction, and I be feeling historical fictions for the most part. And so I picked this one up. It's you know, the Harlem Renaissance era. I forgot her name, but her first name is Jessie. She is known for like kind of introducing the world to some of the most famous writers that we know. We're talking Langston Hughes, Countee Cullen, and I can't remember the other girl's name, but very popular writers. She was the editor of The Crisis. She was the editor of this Negro newsletter. I think it was called The Crisis. The founder of the newsletter is W.E. Du Bois. So y'all know who that is, right? Because y'all went to school just like I went to school. You had to learn all this stuff. She was the editor. So this book is about her and, you know, how that was for her and how she did that. Because, you know, a woman having a major position like that back in those days was a big deal, right? Still a big deal, but a huge deal. But that's not the book. It's about that, but it ain't about that, because her and Jessie and W.E. Du Bois, they had a little relationship, okay? And so the girls are in an uproar because they felt like that particular fact overshadowed all of our girls' accomplishments. And I would agree, because I was intrigued. Like, how is this girl messing with this married man? And the man is like, yeah, my wife, she knows all about it. You know, you think you the first one, you ain't the first one, you ain't gonna be the last. What? Excuse me, sir? What do you mean? More and more and more. I guess that's what, you know, it's probably not too far-fetched, especially back in those days. If you're a man and you could take care of this house and this house, then I guess a woman, she was willing to look the other way, job. I don't know. That book, that really, I mean, it was mess. It was messy to me, and then finally at the end, ooh, don't tell that part. Y'all read the book and let me know what you say. It's gonna be a thick one, okay? Because it's about 400 pages, but it's historical fiction. You can actually get it at your local library on Libby, on your Libby app. You know how to do that? Okay, yeah. You go ahead and request this book so that your library can get it, and then you can download it for free. If not, you have to go on down to the Barnes and Nobles or to your local bookstore and pick it up from there. Don't go to Amazon, okay? Did you hear what I said? They said we're not getting books from Amazon no more, okay? We gotta go down to the local bookstore to get our books. And the last book that I want to talk about is my book club book for April. And it was my turn to pick the book. I was excited. Oh, let me tell you guys the books that I gave the girls to pick from. I gave the girls T-Land, All the Smoke, Seeing Red by Sean, and The Opportunity by T.M. Richardson. And I guess they wanted to read The Opportunity by T.M. Richardson, but unfortunately it didn't come out until May. Oh no, later in it didn't come out until later in April, and so we had to pivot, and I just made a whole nother list because they were in a tizzy, and I decided No Ordinary Love by Maya Ariel, and then we did The Good Samaritan by John Mars, and All Fours by Miranda July. And the girlies chose The Good Samaritan by John Mars. I love me some John Mars, okay? He's right up there. He's invited to the cookout for sure. John Mars, I read another book by him called The One, and I was hooked. And I think he's just a good writer. I just can't deny that. It reminds me of Taylor Jenkins Reid. I also love her books. I want to read everything she's written, as well as him, as well as BriAnn, Danae. But we'll take our time. We'll do what we can. So we chose that book, The Good Samaritan, and that book was wild, okay? I don't even feel comfortable telling you guys about the book because I'll just give you a little snippet. We have our main character. She works at a call center for people that want to unalive themselves. And she's actually helping people, like telling them that they should. Oh, she's like helping people to unalive themselves. And it's just like morally super great. But we get her backstory on, how she got like this, and then she does something absolutely terrible. And the way that it's a great book club book. Let me just say that, because we had dialogue. We had thoughts, we had things we needed to unpack with each other. It was great. And they said I did a great job picking that book. So that's the kind of feedback I like from book club. That's my April wrap up, everything that I read in April. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts were. Also, are you going to the Black Romance Book Festival? Child, it is going to be a time, okay? If you are, let me know that down, and let me know down in the comments as well if you're going to the Black Romance Book Festival. Because I want to say hi. I want to speak to my people. I want to take a picture. We got to get a selfie and whatnot. So let's make sure we do that. Don't forget, so our next video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the books that I'm planning to read in May, because it's a long list as well. If you've made it this far in this video, don't forget to like this video. And don't forget to comment to this video. And don't forget to share this content with another fellow baby reader. And until next time, bye. The only reason that I can do tonight